Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode on the survival world. That's right, we are back once again, finally. Yeah, it's been way too long. We are finally back here on the single play world. It's been a little over 2 months now, I believe. Yeah, 2 months. That is way too long to spend not making videos on this world. So I apologize for that, but where have I been? Well, I have taken a little bit of an impromptu break. I wasn't really expecting to take a break from making videos, but I'm back, and I'm really excited to start work on videos once again because I enjoy this way too much. I enjoy this thing we have here, making videos, way too much to just drop it and stop doing it. And it's a part of my life at this point, which is a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. And yeah, I absolutely love making videos for this channel. It's one of my favorite things to do and always has been. And it's one of my main hobbies, I guess you could say. And another thing is, of course, you guys watching this video and all the, support. I genuinely mean that. I get comments almost every day. I get usually around 1 comment a day at the moment, it seems, of people mainly on tutorials that I've made saying, oh, thanks for making this, it's really helped me out, blah, blah, blah. Put some comments on screen now, as well as people on, the Let's Play videos saying, that they really like the way it's made with different aspects of it. Like some people have commented on the structure of the videos and how well they flow together and all that kind of stuff, which I really appreciate. That genuinely makes, it's a really good feeling to get that kind of thing, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. So I really do appreciate that. And above all, though, is the people that go out of their way to join my Discord server just to tell me that I'm doing a good job. Genuinely, that is... There's been a couple people who have done that over the course of me making videos, gone out of their way to contact me just to say that, hey, I really like your videos, which means the absolute world, genuinely. There's not really a better feeling than having that kind of thing happen, because I have put so much time and effort into this channel over the course of the past 5 years that I've been running this channel, and it's really awesome to get to a point where people are genuinely enjoying the videos, genuinely enjoying all the time and effort I put into the videos, and it makes it all more than worth it, honestly. It's worth it even without the feedback, but with the feedback, it's absolutely amazing, and honestly, I probably wouldn't still be doing it if comments didn't exist on YouTube, Like that, I wouldn't still be doing this, probably. So yeah, when I say that, I do genuinely mean it. Anyway, that's enough of that stuff. We are 3 minutes into the video and we haven't done anything, so let's actually start work on some projects for today. Just kidding. What we're going to be doing first is looking at a few things that I've done off camera between episodes because, well, basically I have finished an entire episode, which will be the next episode going out. So that'll be episode 48. This is 47 currently, but that was going to be episode 47. So anything that we do in this episode won't be in the next episode, but it will be after that, believe me. And it'll explain some changes you may have noticed, specifically with my tools and all that kind of stuff, my resource pack. So yeah, just wait for that one for the next episode, I guess. Anyway, so I want to go over some of the things I've done off camera. So the first one being, if we come over here, if we fly all the way over to this pathway, which I want to extend more pathways throughout the world here, but if we head in through here, you may notice that this extends a little bit further than it did last time. Yeah, I started working on this for a video and quickly got demotivated and kind of stopped doing it, unfortunately. But yeah, I started work on this tunnel, but more importantly, what I started work on is this over here. That is right, I have spent the past while building this section up here. That it was going to be part of an episode. I don't think I'm going to include that because I sound half asleep while recording that from memory. With the occasional cracked stone brick and polished andesite in there as well. Yeah, so you can hear that in my voice there. But anyway, so you can see that, yeah, this is the design I've gone for, and I am really happy with how it's turned out. And obviously it's a work in progress. Something else I've done on the inside is I started making a Netherwart Farm here. So if we just hit a button, then it'll actually make all the Netherwart go to the center, as you can see here, and it'll flow all the way into the middle. Unfortunately, this is the most automated a Netherwart Farm can get. You have to manually replant it, which really kind of sucks, but oh well. And the final thing that I've done between episodes is here. So, I have laid out a whole bunch of netherrack around the spawn area here, because that's what I'm going to start work on. That's what we're going to start work on in today's episode, the spawn town. So, if you don't know, these are my spawn chunks here. And this is, yeah, essentially where the player spawns in. So, I want to build up some form of a town in this area, and I've got a really cool idea for like a block palette type thing, and I think that the buildings will look really cool in this area. So that's what we're going to be working on a little bit today. So first of all, my main inspiration for it is this building that I designed right here. I really like how this turned out. This turned out to be really cool. That doorway could probably do with a bit of work, but I really love the dark oak going over here and the black stone and having, you know, these walls with the bushes. Really like how this turned out. The shape of the build and everything, I really like it. So going into the testing world here, I started messing around with a design similar to this. Now, the roof was never going to be polished andesite, that was just kind of a placeholder, but I really do like this roof shape. I really like how it kind of curves up and that kind of a thing. So I might kind of steal that for a future design, but anyway. I was also thinking of using oak and sandstone, which if we look over here, I actually switched to birch at some point, and red sandstone. So it kind of changed a little bit, but that was kind of the idea I was going for, but that didn't really turn out very well, so I experimented a bit more and came up with this. Now, I'm really happy with this, and you can definitely tell the inspiration, where the inspirations come from. You can see we have the dark oak roofing with the black stone here, and if we come under here, we got some spruce and some spruce stairs here as well. And we got the red sandstone behind some spruce leaves. I really like how that looks. It's a little bit of color into it without being too obtrusive, I think, and I think it really works well with this darker green of the spruce leaves here. And for the floor, I decided to go with this kind of a design. So it's a bit strange, but hear me out. Basically, it's meant to be really rough and kind of mirror the kind of design for the roofing here. So you can see that this was all originally cobblestone. If we head down here, all this andesite was originally cobblestone, so that would have been going around like that, but it doesn't fit in nearly as well, I don't think, and it's a bit too rough, so I went ahead and replaced this with andesite, and I think that looks a whole lot better, honestly. And I really kind of like it, because we have a little bit of green mixed in as well. I'm still not 100% sure on the green, if I'm being honest, but let's get rid of it real quick, and let's see how this looks. So if we get rid of that there, I'm not sure. I kind of do like this better. I kind of like it without the green a bit better. And we can have the spruce leaves, and maybe even what we can do instead with the green is go ahead and get some of these and replace them here, for example. So it's like close to the leaves, and I think maybe that could work, but I don't know. Just as kind of like a thing to be next to the leaves, but I'm not sure. Not 100% sure yet, but that's kind of my idea for that. So I came up with some other ideas. This has a glass panel because basically one of the main things I want to make in here is kind of like a scoot farm, per se. So you place the eggs, and then the eggs will hatch, and when the babies grow up, they should drop scoots, and then there'll be a hopper minecart going underneath, which is what this build was originally. So if we head into spectator mode, you can see the hopper minecart going underneath, just like so. And it's super simple design. You can see we've got the chest there, and you basically place the turtle eggs on there, and then they hatch eventually and all that kind of stuff. So I came up with a bit of a better building for that. I didn't quite finish it, as you can see, I guess, but anyway. If you look at this front, you kind of get an idea of it. The interiors would be slightly different, but yeah, there's also no variation in the roof yet. But that's kind of the roof design I'm going for. I kind of wanted to do something similar to that, however, with, you know, the double up of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's kind of the main idea for these builds, and we can have some other stuff like this little mini spruce tree here, and this little bush, and maybe a pile of red sandstone, and all that kind of stuff, because there's a lot of really nice red sandstone blocks that work well together. So, yeah, that's kind of my idea for this section. So, that's my main idea for the spawn town. They're going to be the main block palette. And I don't think I want to have a whole lot of grass in there, to be honest. I think I want to make it mostly stone type stuff, and then maybe fill in the gaps with some red sandstone. Maybe like have a red sandstone mine that goes down could be cool. But yeah, that's kind of my main idea. So heading back into the survival world here, I want to have the main pathways go out in a bit of a diamond like so. Now, it's not going to be nearly as rigid as the pathways over in TNT Town, but it's still going to be, it's not going to be as rigid, but it's going to be more free-flowing type thing, with less harsh lines and that type of stuff, because that's not really what we're going for here. Obviously, these are going to have to change a lot. We'll redo the chicken building 100%, I think, even though this thing works great. This thing works absolutely amazingly. It's where I get all my chicken from to this date. And I think I might just put the chunk loader underground, honestly, because that should still work if it's underground. But yeah, anyway. So that's my basic idea for that. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to start work on first is gathering some materials. And we have most of the stone stuff over in the sorting system, I do believe. Like, if we head over here, we should have stone for, you know, the stone brick. And we have, yeah, a little bit of andesite here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we have a lot of stone over in here. Yeah, we got plenty of stone there. We have plenty of andesite in here, actually, as well. Yeah, there's a bit of andesite in there. And as well as we have the bulk storage for the stone, I do believe. So if we head over here, you can see, here's for stone. Yeah, we got like multiple double chests of this stuff filled up. So yeah, that is really, really good. So we'll have that, but the main thing we're going to need is the red sand for the red sandstone and also for red sand. So I think I'm going to go ahead, head over to the mesa, which is around 7,000 blocks away, and I'll do a third-person time-lapse of that. So I hope you enjoy that. Alright, I really hope that you enjoyed that third person time lapse there. Now, I apologize, but I kind of lied to you just then. I had actually already gathered the materials. So here they are. You can see we've got a little bit of andesite, polished andesite, and stone bricks with a few mossy stone bricks as well. And we've got quite a bit red sand and quite a bit of red sandstone here as well. We can convert a lot of this to red sandstone. So yeah, we mined a lot of red sand over in the mesa. But yeah, I actually did that before I recorded that clip. That's why we didn't have much andesite in the chests. Yeah, I'm being totally honest with you. For continuity though, for continuity, I hope you understand. Anyway, so I also probably want to get some spruce logs and some spruce leaves, but I think for now this should do. I just wanted to get that out of the way, and we should be able to start building some pathways using some of these stone bricks here, and without too much trouble. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to go ahead and from over at this bridge here, start building a pathway that kind of follows these netherrack blocks around the place. And I think that's what I want to do. I think I want to make it go around this central area. And something else I want to do actually is what I might do now is I want to go ahead and try and find where the original tree was that I chopped down. Because if you look back to the first episode, I'll put it on screen. I went ahead and actually chopped down a tree, a lone oak tree that was around this area, I think, from memory. Maybe it was further down here, but I think it was somewhere around there. So I'm going to go ahead and try and find where that original tree was and maybe make just some form of a temporary marking, and then maybe we can do like a memorial or something, or like, I don't know, something cool around that, because, you know, first tree mined, this is a pretty long-standing world, and it will continue to stand long probably for a while, so I kind of want to do something with that. So yeah, let's go ahead and try and find those coordinates. Alright, so I'm loading up a new world with the exact same seed right here, just using the recreate button, and here we are. Wow, this place looks different. This place looks really different. Is this the same seed? I had to think for a second if this was the same seed, but yes, this is in fact the same seed. You can see this is the spawn area. Over here, this is the dark oak biome that we actually cleared out. The sorting system is just over in this area, and the starter base is just in this section here. So I totally forgot this used to be a forest. So yeah, we actually cleared out a forest. And the pathway comes through here. This is where the fox area is. So yeah, the pathway goes through. Alright, so we have a bit of an issue here. And that is the world generation must have slightly changed since 1.14 when we first started this world. Which kind of makes sense. We're in 1.16 now. This world was originally created 1.14. So I think this is the same tree. But just to be sure, just double check because... the original tree that I chopped down, if you watch the video, is 3 blocks high. It's like a 3 block high trunk that's exposed here, and it's definitely not this one. This one's only 2 blocks high, and I'm pretty sure this is the location. I've got the video up in the background here. Yeah, let's go ahead and load up in 1.14, and let's see if we can find that tree. Alright, here we are, loading up the world in 1.14, and straight away, here is the tree. And no, there wasn't a giant oak tree here. I didn't chop down a giant oak tree. I didn't think so. Okay. Anyway. So, yeah, here we are. We can come over here and, yep, this is where the starter base was, of course. This is where the building is. Okay, yeah, this is making a little bit more sense now. So they must have changed the generation ever so slightly in one of the versions. I don't know. Anyway. So... the point is, the original tree is right here. This is the coordinates of it. So let's go ahead and take the coordinates. It is -73, -183. Alright, cool. And here we are in the original world. So let's go ahead and look for that. That is over here. Oh, okay. That is not where I thought it would be at all. Huh, interesting. Alright, so -73, that's over here. And -183. So it's right here. This is where the original tree was. That's bizarre, okay. So, I guess there used to be a dark oak forest here. Not so much anymore, I don't know if you realized, but yeah, there's not really that much of a dark oak forest here. That would kind of work, because I want this path to go into a project that I want to do in this area. Don't know whether I've disclosed that or not. Just out of safety, I'm not going to disclose that, but I think for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate this tree in stone. Yeah, because why not? There we go, stone tree. For some reason that doesn't look that good. Why does that look really kind of strange? Probably because it's made entirely out of stone. Yeah, that probably doesn't help its case much. But yeah, so there's our little stone tree there. Kind of cool. I like it. It's not going to be permanent. It's definitely not going to be permanent, but that's just temporarily to show why we have this here, because this was the original tree I chopped down. I went up, punched it with my fist. That wasn't in the background. That wasn't in the background. That was a dark oak forest. Yeah, there was a lot different about this world, I guess you could say. Anyway, I think it's about time that we finally start work on some pathways around this area. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get the replay mod on and do a little bit of a third-person time-lapse with that. I know we've already done one in this episode, but I figured we may as well go ahead and do another one because I feel like it would be a cool thing to do in a time-lapse, to just build some pathways around this place and really try and start to bring this place together. And there's a wandering trader over there. Wonder if he's selling anything good. Probably not, because they never do. Oh, anyway, the music should be starting to fade in now, and let's go ahead and do a third-person time-lapse of building the roads. Hope you enjoy that. And there we go, guys. So we now have the pathways all around this area, and I'm now just currently in the process of replacing a couple of these with slabs like so, just to make it seem a little bit smoother to go up and down like so. I think, do I want to do that? Maybe if I remove that. Yeah, okay. Just trying to work out how I want to do this, because if we look at it without these slabs, it looks a little bit harsh, and I think it's just going to be a lot better if we go ahead and add in the slabs like so. Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to go around and add in the slabs. It shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. Just need to, yeah, add them in like that. Maybe I won't do that, and that can stay as normal. Something like that, because, yeah, I think that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and add the slabs in here, and I'll be back with you then. And here we go, that should be the last of it. So as you can see, we've gone ahead and added in these slabs all across this place, and honestly, it is looking a whole lot better. Let's get an aerial view of this thing real quick. I also took the opportunity to smoothen out the pathways a little bit. Yeah, I really like how that looks. And this area is going to be totally transformed, and I'm really, really excited for that. Now, I think what I'm going to do for the rest of today's episode is I've gathered a few more materials between these clips here, so you can see there's some spruce logs, spruce leaves, dark oak, as well as a bunch of black stone in here, and that's the same, I believe. So yeah, let's go ahead and head over here and let's grab a little bit of netherrack. Yeah, netherrack. The reason I'm grabbing netherrack is just to plan out some builds. Yeah, that's the thing I'm going to be doing next. I think I'm going to go ahead and plan out a few different builds that I want to build in this section. So I'm not quite sure what kind of farms I want to put in here and the different builds that I want to do just yet, but I think I definitely want to do that turtle scoot farm that idea that I had, and potentially also do a just turtle breeding farm as well, because that could be quite cool. But we'll see how that works out. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure what else I want to put in this area, because yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm just going to plan out where some basic buildings could go. They're all just going to be square, I think. I don't think I'm going to mess around with any different shapes, because I did experiment with that a little bit, and it didn't really work out super well. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead, and I'm just going to build some very basic square structures, just to outline where the different builds are going to go, and I'll be back with you once I've done that. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and started planning out a few of the buildings that are going to go in the center, and let's take a look. It doesn't look amazing, but there it is. So, there's a little bit to unpack here. So first of all, we have this. Now, these little squares here are going to be buildings. Pretty self-explanatory, honestly. Not all of these will have a function. There's a good chance not all of these will have a function, but some of them will. Like, maybe I can fit some form of a farm in here. I mean, it's pretty skinny, but I don't know. We might be able to work something out. Anyway, so these are all going to be farms. This little dotted outline here, however, is going to be the Sandstone Mine, or the Red Sandstone Mine, more like. Because if you think about it, from a story perspective, which I like to do this in some of my builds, basically, there has to be some form of way that these guys got the red sandstone. It's a really bizarre building material to use, I guess, and so having kind of like a story type thing to show where the red sandstone came from would be pretty cool. So I think I want to do like a ravine type thing that opens up and kind of goes down. This will become a bridge that goes over it, and it would just be really, really cool. Right next to this spawn tree, which I left quite a bit of room here to create some form of like a monument or something if I wanted to do that, as well as, yeah. There's some, like, this building is incredibly skinny. I don't think we're going to be able to fit anything in here, because if we have, you know, the pillars here and then the wall is going to be in here, we're literally going to have a 1 block wide space to put stuff in there. So we might have to do a little bit of work with some of, like, you know, moving some of these buildings around. Honestly, it'll depend on what we want to put in there. And in these in-between areas, I'm thinking just doing some custom terraforming stuff could be quite cool. But yeah, anyway. Now, the comment I have for today's video, which I have actually already mentioned him towards the beginning of the video. He was one of the things that popped up on screen. But this comment was left by Snowy Blizzard, and it reads, "This is the first video I've seen from you. I was doing keyword research and I landed on your channel and saw this video and it seemed so interesting. I'm definitely going back to watch every single previous video." That's a lot of videos, man. Which I wanted to show that comment because I wanted to mention that. A lot of videos, yeah. That is kind of something that this series has above any other series. It has a backlog of videos, so people who come to any video in the series, they can go back and start from the beginning if they want. Now, granted, the beginning is going to be of a very different quality, I guess you could say. But there's a lot of episodes in the series, and so it's kind of a really cool thing. I don't know. It's something, I've mentioned it so many times throughout this series, but it's something I've wanted to do for such a long time, have a really long-running series, and that is what this world is. It's a very long-running series. We are on episode 47 currently. Episode 40, that's a lot of episodes. 47 episodes, that is a lot more than I've ever done. And it's a lot of episodes for me. So But yeah, we have a lot of previous episodes on this series with content on heaps of different projects. I mean, if we just look over in the distance, I believe in this direction, you can see there's actually, you know, the Witch Hub project, which we worked on just in the previous episode, even though that was almost 2 months ago now, or a little over 2 months ago rather. So yeah, there's a lot of episodes going back, and it's really interesting to see how far not only the world has come, but also how far the videos have come, and, you know, how the quality has changed and the style has changed a little bit and all that kind of stuff. And I like to think that it's for the better. I haven't got any of those comments saying, oh, I miss the old try yet, so that's a good sign. Anyway, so yeah, I just decided to pick that one because I thought it was interesting. Thank you for the comment. Anyway, this has been a little bit of a shorter one compared to the other episodes that I've done, which is kind of bizarre. I don't know how I got so much length into the other episodes. It's bizarre to me. I remember the feeling of, you know, recording, like, yeah, this is good, made a lot of progress, etc., etc., and then all of a sudden, bam, it's like 40-minute long episode. I don't know how that happens. Genuinely, I rambled for such a long time in this episode, and I still managed to get stuff done. We planned out, you know, half of an entire project, or half of an entire town, and yet still, I don't even know. I have no idea. Anyway, either way, I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, whatever. Coming back to YouTube, I guess, and I'm really excited to get working on videos again, but I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to end the episode off. So yeah, really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, whatever. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.